In the news, the parliamentary secretary with responsibility for ZNS getting a pre-tour. We will share her reaction. An update on that plane crash that claimed the life of billionaire Chris Klein and 4 other passengers. And entertainers throughout the country uniting to assist Divine Lady Vanessa Clark.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Wolfarkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. In just a matter of hours, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas Northern Service will officially roll out its new digital platform. The big reveal will take place tomorrow evening, beginning at 5 p.m. in the courtyard of the Harold de Gregory Building, downtown Freeport. The nation's leader is expected to join in the celebrations, considered a significant accomplishment for the corporation. Tonight, we talk with one of the persons who has been instrumental in the Northern Service achieving this goal. Deputy General Manager Darren Meadows leading a pre-tour of the $500,000 upgrade of ZNS for Parliamentary Secretary Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, who also has responsibility for ZNS. Edgecombe was part of the ZNS North team for many years before her stint in politics in 2012. She says the new high-definition and digital upgrade is long overdue and is proud the time has finally come.
Well, I am very impressed with the team in the Northern Service. I think what they have done with the facility is indeed to be commended. I know that for a very long time an upgrade in the facilities has been warranted, and now that we have achieved that goal, I must recommend the entire team of the North.
She says she believes that the team in the North will take advantage of the new investment, adding that the content will continue to tell the stories of Bahamian people and those that make a difference.
You know, they have been asking for it for a very long time. We have the talent that can take us to the next level, both in front of the camera as well as those behind the cameras. You know, we have persons in editing, we have those persons out there, the videographers, we have the talent on television, our anchors and our reporters, you know, our announcers on radio. I have every confidence that those in the North will take their positions and their jobs to the next level. You know, at the end of the day, they have the skills. It is only our part now to make sure that we give them the resources that they can have and that they need to be able to go out there and do the best that they can. And that is something that we're going to continue to do as a government.
Edgecombe adds that this upgrade will not only benefit the viewing audience, but will place the North on par with stations nationally and across the world.
And letting us know what these stories are. You know, so many people are afraid of telling their stories, and we're welcoming them to us to come forward and to let us know what those positive things are out there that's happening in our community. As far as news is concerned, we have a duty and a job to ensure that, you know, the truth is told, that there is balance in our stories. There's no room for bias in anything that has to do with journalism.
But she says the public also has a role to play.
Presenting what we present here at the Broadcasting Corporation, we want to gain viewership and we want to gain listeners. And the only way that we can do that is if we compete at a level that is next to none. You know, so many people are coming on stream in this industry, and as of lately here in the Bahamas and indeed globally, broadcast journalism, broadcast in general, this is something that many citizens world over rely on for information. We have to be able to present to them something that is of quality, and we can only do that with the advances in technology.
The nation's leader is expected to attend and bring remarks at the official launch on July 26 during a special planned ceremony. In other news, the National Marijuana Commission on Grand Bahama once again, this time meeting specifically with pastors and religious leaders in the community. The meeting producing a great exchange of ideas about the possible legislation of the cannabis plant. Megan Shepard reports.
Pastors from various denominations and leaders of the Rastafarian religion engaging in a discussion with members of the National Marijuana Committee. The religious leaders were able to express their concerns while receiving answers from the commission. President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Robert Lockhart, says that all went well.
It was interesting, it was informative, and also it was good to hear our pastors' perspective. It was also good for the pastors to hear in person from the Rastafarian community and their perspective. And I think this is probably one of the first time we were able to be in the same place to have dialogue, and that was good.
Pastor Kyle Maycock says that he believes the cannabis plant does possess medicinal properties, but with everything else can and will have its vices.
I don't want to rush into any decisions, but I think everything leans on education. Like alcohol, it has its vices that I think we've learned from experience through alcohol.
Pastor Eric Clark says he too believes in the medicinal properties, but strict regulatory guidelines must be in place.
You don't want to just throw the door wide open. Let's put proper policies, procedures, protocols in place to be able to regulate, to analyze, to evaluate, to assist in real health.
Chairman of the National Commission, Bishop Simeon Hall, says that this group of leaders possessed similar concerns and ideals surrounding the plant as other religious leaders he has met throughout the country. During the meeting, one pastor mentioned a comparison to the effects of alcohol. Bishop Hall says that he believes a bigger national conversation should be held surrounding various issues in the country.
Where is the outcry against alcohol? It's just because America demonized marijuana, but marijuana has some medicinal value. I've made that conclusion. But we're still open to persons sending us information. But alcohol does more damage to Bahamian people than anything else. And it has become the sacred cow of the Bahamian community. And so, no, we need to talk.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The Progressive Liberal Party convention is underway in the nation's capital. Party leader Philip Brave Davis and Deputy Leader Chester Cooper will remain at the helm as they were returned unopposed during nomination today. Meantime, it is expected to be a two-way race for party chairman. Incumbent Senator Fred Mitchell and former West End and Bimini MP Obi Wolshcombe. Voting will take place tomorrow between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the Malia Nassau Beach Resort. Now, in an interview Tuesday night with our Megan Shepard, PLP leader Philip Davis expressed doubt that Wolshcombe would be elected to the chairman's position, saying he can't win and he won't win. Wolshcombe served as chairman from 2002 to 2007. He was unsuccessful in his bid for the chairman post in 2017. In other news, the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board issuing some preliminary findings from that deadly helicopter crash that occurred earlier this month off Grand Key, killing U.S. coal tycoon Chris Klein and 6 others. Italia Hall has the latest.
From a concrete pad on Bay Grand Key on July 4th, Klein and 4 other passengers, including his 22-year-old daughter, boarded the aircraft, which had 2 crew members on board. The helicopter was en route to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to transport 2 of the passengers for medical treatment. According to the report, a witness who was located about 1.6 miles southwest of the accident site reported seeing the helicopter lift off and climb between 40 and 50 feet above ground level. Then shortly thereafter, he noted blue and white lights spinning to the left at a rate of about 1 to 2 seconds between rotations while descending. He estimated that the helicopter rotated to the left 3 to 4 times. He then heard a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound and lost sight of the helicopter, which was followed by the sound of an impact. The Federal Aviation Administration issued an alert notice for the overdue flight nearly 14 hours after the helicopter took off. The aircraft was found in about 16 feet of water. Now, the NTSB noted that further examinations of the recovered wreckage are ongoing, and a final report, which will include a probable cause, is expected to be completed within 2 years. Italia Hall, ZNF Network News.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news on the other side of the break.